That's not fair. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Nate. We're in the Fox's Den. This is the room where I collect all my retro games, and we look at video games, both modern and retro. We also look at tech, that is, video game controllers, mice, keyboards, all those kinds of things. Today, we are looking at all the Star Wars games that were released on the original Xbox. And I'm going to rank them amongst themselves. I'm not going to rank them, against more modern ones. That's not fair. These games don't stand a chance against those. Well, I mean, maybe they do a little bit, but if you're just looking at graphics and gameplay wise, the new games like Jedi Survivor and stuff have a far better chance. All right, let's get right into this. Now, the first one has a caveat to it. It has an asterisk next to it. And that is Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. This is the first one of the Jedi Knight games. And the reason why it has an asterisk is my disc in here is scratched so terribly. Let's see if the camera can pick it up. Oh yeah, right there. Look at that. It's so scratched that the Xbox can't read it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go get this resurfaced. I could buy it on Steam and try it out. It's $10. Don't want to right now. This is just an asterisk. If it's as good as the second one, it would be like in the middle of this pack. I would feel like pretty good game. Now, a little thing with all these, I haven't beaten all these, but I've played at least 2 to 3 hours of each one. I feel like that's enough time to tell me and let me rank them. All right, let's do the first one that I have played, and that is Star Wars Starfighter, the special edition. The reason why it's the special edition is because on PlayStation, this one came out. Now, this one has like some bonus levels. It has includes new bonus levels, numerous two-player mode. What? Why does it say that? I'm reading it. As well as Xbox optimized graphics and performance. Now, reading a few Metacritic reviews, this game plays much better on the original Xbox. That happened quite a bit in this generation. The PlayStation 2 was pretty powerful, but the GameCube and the PS2 stood no chance against the original Xbox. It was extremely powerful. Good game. You fly around. You're a starfighter flying around shooting stuff. This leads into another game that we'll look at that I did play, and I beat it all the way. This game's only about 3 to 4 hours long. It was released in November 7th, 2001. Dang, that's crazy. A lot of these games are available on Steam, so you guys can check it out. There is like a package deal on Steam where you could buy a boatload of Star Wars games for it's expensive. It's like $200, but you're getting like a few hundred games, if I remember right. All right, the next one is Star Wars Obi-Wan. This game was released on December 19th of 2001. So right at the peak of, I think, the first movie coming out. It's a good game. It's just, it's also not a good game. I don't know. The story and the voice acting, really bad. And the controls are kind of weird. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like some of the other games you play in here with the lightsaber gameplay and stuff like that. Definitely worth a check out. This game's not expensive. I think I paid $10, so it's something if you find. I rarely see this one though, the Obi-Wan game. I don't see this one too often. Not saying that it's rare. I think it's just slightly uncommon. You're not going to see it every day. Now, the next one is definitely one that you find a lot. I haven't been numbering, but this is number 11 on the list. That is Lego Star Wars, the video game. So this plays episode 1, 2, and 3. Came out on March 29th of 2005. So this is the first Lego game that plays in the style that you guys probably know from modern Lego games. You go around collecting studs, playing as different characters. Different characters give you different abilities to access different parts of the map. So there's free play modes, all that kind of stuff. Really fun game, but it's the first Lego Star Wars. It's kind of there's no talking in those, which early on Lego games none of them talked. So, but it's not doesn't make me want to go back to it too much. I played a few hours and I was like, man, I gotta get out of here. Especially when you can play all that in the Skywalker Saga, which is way better. All right, now on to number 10. We're in the top 10. There's only 14 games here, and that is Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. Now, this came out on April 2nd, 2005. The movie came out May 19th of 2005. Wow, this came out before the movie. That's kind of nuts. Spoiled the movie. That's probably some controversy. But yeah, you play through the movie. There's movie scenes in here that you get to play. What's cool is you can change the end of the movie. And there's a little extra cutscene. It's a good game. The problem is this little sticker right here means that I beat the game. And that's the problem, is it's like 2 or 3 hour game. And it goes pretty quick. You don't get to do a lot. It's a good game. I enjoyed playing it, but just not enough. I wish just maybe another hour or so, and let me get some more in depth on the on what you don't see in the movies. Give me some more background stuff. All right, now on to number 9. This might get me into some trouble. That is the original Battlefront. Now, this came out September 20th of 2004. This is a fantastic game. Okay, I lost so many hours playing this with my friends. Lots of fun, lots of battles going on. The thing is, I think I like the second one better, which we'll get into later on for reasons that I'll wait till then. But this is a good game. Lots of fun. There's a single player mode that allows you to do conquest and things like that. The AI is actually better than I thought it was. The computer's smarter than I realized. So lots of fun to play. Numero 8, that is Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. This goes through episodes 4, 5, and 6. That's what makes it slightly better. Those are the better games. It came out September 11th of 2006, so just a little bit after the other one. And there's like mix and match for characters. Just a little bit more in depth on this one, and I think it plays just slightly better than the original. Not gonna blow your socks off, man. Lego game. It's just like all the other ones, except for a lot more silence. Okay, now number 7, we got Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight 2. So weird. The name, they changed like the way that it's named. This came out March 26th of 2002. I think most of these were PC releases first, and then they came to Xbox. I don't remember if these have releases. These are definitely on the GameCube for sure. I know that. Now, I didn't get too far into this. Like I said, played a couple hours and it was good. I enjoyed it. What I did play, I kept getting stuck though. I kept having to go to a guide and like figure out how to get past certain parts. There was weird parts where there's like a puzzle you gotta figure out, but like, I don't know, there wasn't even an inclination of what the heck you were supposed to do. That's why I would rank this higher, just because I think the gameplay is fun and I had a good time with it and the story seemed cool. But yeah, maybe it'd be better if I played the second one. It does look like the guy from KOTOR is in here. I was trying to look at his picture for a second. Maybe it's, oh, this guy looks like one of the characters from KOTOR. So I don't know. I'd have to dive more into this to know the whole story and stuff. All right. Now, this, I think, is a sequel to the Starfighter. You have Jedi Starfighter. Good game. You get to mostly play in this ship. There's also a second ship. And also, when you beat this game, which I did, beat this game, it's about 4 or 5 hours long. Good amount. Came out March 10th, 2002, by the way. And good game. You fly around shooting stuff, blowing stuff up. It took me a while to figure out how to cycle my targets. So that's the black button on the original Xbox. You have to press that and it'll cycle the targets. Sometimes it was hard to tell what you were supposed to be shooting. And sometimes like an enemy would escape and I'd fail the mission. It's like, you didn't even, you should at least target that for me. But, you know, game development back then, we were still learning how to do this stuff. Fantastic game though. Lots of fun. Just a fun, you know, few hour game if you want to beat a game in a night. I was using it to pad out some of my games I'm going to beat because I'm going to start playing a longer one here in a minute, and that is Outer Worlds 1 to get ready for Outer Worlds 2. Now we got Tetris Worlds. Just kidding. This is the pack-in with Star Wars Clone Wars. This came with my Xbox when I was a kid, and the Star Wars game was released October 28th, 2002. This is just one of my favorites. I used to play that by myself all the time. Good single player mode. It's just so much fun. You're driving around as a tank. You get out of the tank and you're playing as Mace Windu, a bunch of other people. It is so much fun. It gives you a different side of basically Attack of the Clones, the movie Attack of the Clones, that you don't get to see. You get to see them kind of approaching into Geonosis. So just a great game. Now, number 4. I haven't been numbering these very well. The last one was number 5. Number 4, Knights of the Old Republic. This came out July 16, 2003. Might be different on PC. This came out on PC first, and then the original Xbox got some special releases. I don't think these are on other consoles. Same with Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan wasn't on other consoles as well, which is interesting. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is kind of what got me into BioWare, and BioWare is one of my favorite developers. They're struggling a little bit lately, but hopefully they can right the ship with the new Mass Effect. I did like Dragon Age. I beat it this year, at the start of this year, and it was good. There was something missing. Maybe a little bit more depth in the talking and creating a story, but that is not missing here, and you get the same good and bad that you get in most BioWare games, and lots of talking that goes on. I do want to revisit these. I have not played and beaten them in a really long time, so I would really like to dive into it and play it again. I think it would be a lot of fun to get back into that world and play them maybe back to back. I'd have to look. I think they're like 15, 16-hour games. They're not super long, but they are chunky. All right, now you got Battlefront II. That is number 3. We're getting up there. This released on November 1st, 2005. Most of these, you can see, were released within, 3 to 4 years of each other. It's pretty crazy that we were getting this many Star Wars games, because we barely get any now. And we were also getting a bunch on the N64 and the Super Nintendo back in the day. Seems like just game development nowadays. Yeah, not much more I can say. What I do like about this one is the heroes. You got to play as Darth Vader and Obi-Wan and all those kinds of characters. You didn't get to do that in the first one. They were on the field, but you didn't get to play as them, that's what makes the second one better for me. And also there's space battles, which I love, flying in spaceships and shooting stuff. And that just amazed me when we were first playing this game. I love it. Love it. It's what the game that built the framework for the newest two, the like they're not re-releases, but the remakes that did okay. Problem was microtransactions. Didn't have that back then. All right, number 2. This game came out March 1st, 2005. Can you guess what it is? And while you're down there making a guess in the comment section, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you know we're making more videos like this. All right. I've said this about a lot of them, but I mean, this is my favorite video game of all. Not my favorite, but one of. It's probably in my top 20 if I had to do 100 games, top 20. And it would probably be in the top 10. And that is Star Wars Republic Commando. This game impressed me so much. You get to play as a squad of 4. You're playing as the main commando right here, and there's nuances to each character. It's very similar to the Clone Wars show, where you get to know the clones as individuals, not just as clones. That a little weird that they were advanced into adulthood and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't dive as much into here, but there are definitely some really good depth to each characters. There's the nerd guy that's the techie person. It's pretty close to the show called Bad Batch. There's only 4 instead of there's like 5 or 6 of the Bad Batch. But it's very similar to that. You get to play again a side of Clone Wars that you've never seen before, and these guys are very covert. And this came out before the 3rd movie, so you get to see parts of the 3rd movie. and like just some vehicles and stuff like that. It's been a long time since I've played it, but I think I'm going to get back into it because I found this recently. And this is what I thought was called Pod Racers, but it's never been called that. It's just Star Wars Racer. And you got Republic Commando. I think this is probably the easiest way for you to play it today, or get it on PC. That game's available on Steam too. This version. I haven't played this to see if it's upgraded. It's got better graphics or anything like that. Maybe I'll throw up a screen comparison right now, and you guys can decide for yourself. Yeah, I lost so many hours playing and playing and playing. I'm pretty sure that was an original rental for me, so I would get it. And what's nice about the Xbox is you had save states, so you could rent that game and then return it and get it back and then play again once you were able to get it. Go check that game out. Get it. It's cheap. It's like 15 bucks. It is worth every penny. And this copy that I have is super duper clean. I think I picked it up from a Facebook Marketplace deal, but that thing is so clean. I have what you're seeing here is every single game that was released on the original Xbox as far as Star Wars goes. And man, did we have some doozies on here. There are some that are on PlayStation 2 that aren't on the original Xbox. There's like Super Bombad Racing, which I have on the PS2 up here. Weird racing game where they got like big heads and they are animated and stuff like that. There's a couple that are Nintendo exclusives, and they have been for a long time, and those are the Rebel Squadron games that are a lot of fun, so you check those out too. Now, last but not least, the #1 Star Wars game in this lineup came out December 6th, 2004. Take a guess. Not hard, because if there's only one more game, we talked about the first one already, and that is Knights of the Old Republic 2.
The highly anticipated sequel to the 2003 Game of the Year, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords.
Now, this one is just chef's kiss. Got the second one so much better. I remember the first one I used to get stuck in all the time. I couldn't figure out where to go. I had to read guides all the time. And back then, guides were, you either had the Prima guide, the one that's physical in front of you. There's a lot of words in there. All right. And I'm not going to lie. I don't want to say I can't. I don't like reading very much, especially when there's that much. It's like turn left, then turn right, do this, then do that. And I've already forgot, after you said step 2. But yeah, this is the greatest Star Wars game of all time, in my opinion. They do intertwine a little bit, if I remember right. It's been a long time. Like I said about the first one, it's been a very long time since I've played these. But I love the combat. I love that you get to be a Jedi Knight. You can be good. You could be bad. And there's a huge story. And there's so many side missions. You could probably play that game for 40 or 50 hours and beat it, but barely scratch the surface. It is so good. I remember I was pretty close to beating it at one point, and then I think my game crashed. This isn't the original game that I owned, and I was never able to beat it because my save state then got corrupted, and it broke my heart. I will put the list on the screen right here for y'all to see. That's my ranking of games that are released on the original Xbox, not comparing it to anything modern or things that were released on another system. But man, those are some muy bueno games. I love the Star Wars games. They, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Obviously, we got Vader here, and honestly, they are some of the best games of this generation. The Star Wars games are just killer. You could play Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, and then Republic Commandos, and that could last you for a very long time, and it would be so fulfilling playing those games. Then you mix in Jedi Starfighter and the other Starfighter game just as a palate cleanser. You'd be playing forever. I got a long time to play all these games. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. Goodbye.